3, 2, 1.
That actually, I think, worked. I think I got one of those claps on site.
I think we did. All right. Hey, guys. Welcome to Utter Nonsense. I'm Max.
You forgot your name for a second. I'm Matt.
I'm Max.
You're Max. I'm Matt.
Matt.
I'm Max?
I'm
Matt?
Matt?
What?
Matt.
What? Max.
I will be Matt for today.
I'm Max. Welcome to the podcast.
I am a chef, and I
am
wear
sexy
my hats
as hell.
Raw. No, I was going to say.
And I am Max.
Yeah.
And I am here.
A great person. Probably one of the best people.
How you doing? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Just enjoying this quarantine with a little bit of video games.
Oh my god, that's so interesting. I also am playing video games during this quarantine.
What video game are you playing this quarantine?
Well, first of all, for our lovely listeners, if you haven't caught on, we're talking about video games today. I, Max Menyuk, have been playing a lot of Animal Crossing.
Okay, I, Max Menyuk, have not been playing a lot of Animal Crossing because it takes up so much of your life. Let me see it.
I don't get how you're not playing this game. It is the most peaceful, enjoyable game. Like, for those who do not know what Animal Crossing is, it is a very cute art style game where you fish, you collect bugs, you build your island. This specific version, you build your island up with homes and utilities and neighbors and, different decorations and stuff. But the trick of the game is you have the balance of time in it. So, like, if you plant an apple tree, it takes 4 days to grow a fruit. It's not something that happens overnight,
4 real days?
4 real days to grow fruit on it.
And if you just sat by that tree, just stared at it, would it still grow in those 4 days' time?
Yes, because at some point the game resets the day clock.
So how many hours have you put into said game?
I would say I'm at about 180 hours in 6 weeks, which does mean I have no life.
What's 180 divided by 24?
Divided by 24?
Yeah, let's just make it easy. 180 divided by 20.
180 divided by 20 is 9. I've played about 8 days of Animal Crossing.
I heard 9.
Well, 9 is 20 hours. But yeah, well, I mean, look.
And you're also sleeping, so really we should have divided by 10 or 12.
If I don't have anything to do in Animal Crossing, yeah, I'd sleep a little. But
got
it. Look, we're in quarantine. I'm very unemployed right now due to it. So, what is my fulfillment in life now?
Turnips.
Making sure my drag queen cat neighbor is happy with the flowers I planted in her front lawn. So, hey, person. Tabby. Her name's Tabby.
Hey, Tabby. You're not happy with my... Can you slap? Can you, slap or murder? Can you plant a
My
coup?
God. No, you can't kill your neighbors. You can't smack them with a butterfly net and they get annoyed. But that's disrespectful. I respect my neighbors. Max, I'm going to be completely honest with you. This is our second episode in a row. And I have definitely had Animal Crossing on this entire time. So
you've been playing while we're having in-depth, deep conversations.
I'm not playing. I had my island open for another one of our friends to come use my island's resources, and I may have talked to my neighbors a little because they were fighting.
Okay, real quick, here we go. Review. 1 out of 10 Animal Crossing.
I'd give it a solid 8.
8.
Yeah,
So there are things that you do not like about Animal Crossing.
Yeah, there's little things. Like, you can modify the island and stuff, and that mechanism is a little frustrating. Like, you can't do anything on the beach or anything. I
heard crafting and, how you have to pick up things one at a time is tedious.
It's tedious. The picking up part doesn't bother me. The crafting's a little annoying. Like, if I go to make fish bait and I have 30 things of fish bait to make, I have to just keep tapping A for every individual one to do. And it takes probably 15, 20 seconds to make one. So it'd be nice if I could just say, make all 30, boom, done. So there's little things here and there, But overall, it is a very, very good game.
Just if Animal Crossing or Nintendo is watching, I rated it a 10 out of 10. I really enjoyed the game, the ambiance of the game, everything really about the game. I'm not like my pessimist friend Matt here, who will rate you an 8. It's a phenomenal game. I haven't bought it yet, but at the same time, I am looking very forward to purchasing said game.
Yeah, Max Maniac on multiple occasions has called the game stupid and called us stupid for playing it.
I've never,
And you know what, Nintendo?
You know what?
He said,
What did I say?
He said that he saw you talking to PlayStation, and he called you two lovers. I don't know.
Yeah, I was so talking. I was really close to the mic.
That was bad improv. My apologies.
No, I enjoyed it because I was totally thinking that. I'm like, dude, I was telling PlayStation, like, hey, you can't compete with Nintendo because honestly, here, I'm actually being honest and real right now.
Hit me.
I think on another utter nonsense. I think that that when it comes to Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, I think only PlayStation and Xbox are competing. I think Nintendo is in their own branch, in their own world, and they've done a very good time of like really just showing, hey, we don't have these insane graphics. You know, we don't need the insane. We just need great content, and I've yet to.
But they do have good like. I know what you mean by graphics, like insane graphics. Like you're talking about like, what's a good example that I can't think of?
Call of Duty.
Sure. Call of Duty.
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat is on Nintendo Switch. Yeah.
And what is it? What is it? Watch out. Oh, no.
No, it's the real Mortal Kombat.
Watch out for Annabelle.
First of all, her name is Isabel. Second of all,
Jesus.
No, it's the real Mortal Kombat. But Nintendo's always been involved in the console wars. It's just Nintendo's, like, PlayStation and Xbox are on much more parallel paths. Nintendo's is much weirder and different. Like, you had the Wii, which motivated PlayStation and Xbox to try to come up with, like, you know, the Kinect and the PlayStation camera and stuff. And now you have the Switch, which is in a league of its own. Like, a console that's easily movable and playable outside of it with controllers that pop on and off and stuff. Like, you have one. I know you like it.
No, I love my Switch. I mean, Super Smash Bros. Is my game.
Yes. Well, it's Nassim's game, and he lets you play it.
I whoop Nassim. Look, if Nassim is watching this...
Yeah, Nassim, if you're listening, I respect you as my champion.
Okay, no. Nas, if you're listening to this, I have beat you 9 out of 10 times, and this is... It's not even a... Stop, Matt. Stop.
You know what?
It's not even a competition. Okay?
No, we should talk about Nassim. If we're going to talk about video games, we should talk about Nassim. Because for those who don't know, Nassim is a close friend of ours. He is arguably the best person I have seen at video games.
Really?
Yeah. Like,
you think Nassim is one of the best people at video games?
There are very, very, very few instances that I can think of where he doesn't pick up a game that he's never even seen before, and in 30 minutes he's beating me at it.
Okay, I beat Nassim in Overwatch, in Smash,
you would
Call of Duty. You know, he's the number one at video games. I'm Matt. I say things like Matt. Hello, Matt. Yeah. I'm just better. I'm better. All right.
Sorry, that's for the visual podcast, not for the audio podcast.
I know. Are we supposed to be like doing stuff with our hands?
Nah, I mean whatever. But no. You've beaten Nassim a handful of times as of high, but Nassim will beat us consistently.
He is pretty good.
Nassim is very good, and it's frustrating because I hate it because I want to win. There's only one game that I know I am always going to be better at him at, and that is Pokemon Snap on the Nintendo 64. Because that game is my Bible.
It's not really a game.
Are you kidding me? Do you want to set me off? That is
not a game.
The greatest game ever. You take photos of Pokemon. I can speed run that game in an hour and unlock every single danceable ability of every single Pokemon. You stupid ass.
Okay, so what you're saying is I go on Google Earth.
Yeah.
I go on Google Earth and I go to Street View. Mm-hmm. Now I'm on a track. Mm-hmm. And I look to my right and I see a guy jumping. I'm going to take a picture of it.
I'm sorry, is that a Snorlax? That's sleeping, that you can only wake up. You can wake it up with an apple by throwing it at him, or you could have the flute, and if you play it right, then he gets up and dances to it. And then you get a bonus for that photo. Come at me. You will not beat me at Pokemon Snap.
Dude, I just don't understand it. You say you could speedrun Pokemon Snap, yet you're on a track. So how are you speedrunning it?
Because
It's the same thing.
there's multiple things you can unlock, and people who don't know the game have to keep going through the levels to find those unlockables. You don't just find them every time you go. I know how to find every single one on the first try.
You think
know
you
why?
could speedrun Pokemon Snap? You think you could do it on the first try?
I know for a fact that I can beat that game with every unlockable in 1 hour because I have done it several times. And yes, I am not a virgin.
You heard it first here, everyone. Matt Levinson, Pokemon Snap champ, and not virgin. Give
First
a
time
round
in
of
his
applause
first one in history.
First one in history.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Where do you think, look, video games are great. Where do you think video games are going in the future? You got the PS5, you got the Xbox Scarlet 2 390-degree Xbox 180 560. You have that one, and then you have the Nintendo Switch, which I think a Nintendo Switch 2 or maybe they're just like, we're done making video games.
I don't know, man, because I mean, look at the progression of video games just in our lifetime alone, let alone 10 years before we were born. I mean, there was, dude, what? We were born in 94. 10 years before that, your games were Pong. And like, we were getting Mario. We were just starting Mario and Pac-Man and arcade games. And now we have games that are 35 plus hour long storyline games with studio recorded music, with A-list actors playing these characters, and graphics that almost make you question if it's real or not. I mean, I don't know where video games are going to go next. Like, you have a VR. You have the Oculus Rift. For people who don't know, that's the goggles you put over your eyes.
Okay, all right, plebeian. I have the HTC Vive. Okay.
Oh, so you have
Oculus
the knockoff.
Rift is like, $200. HTC Vive is like $1,000. It's kind of like a bigger deal.
Okay.
And actually, I'm looking to get the Index, which is $1,200. Look, keep going with your.
Okay.
I have the Oculus.
Okay. Max has fancy plastic goggles that he puts over his eyes. But like, you're in a 360 world of video games, like, and you lose like, I've played it with you. Like, you lose sense of the actual world and what's around you. And it's crazy. It's just, I don't know where video games are going to go next because they've already far exceeded whatever I could imagine.
So what I'm thinking, and I know that this is like, I'm going to go a little in depth about this, but I think that where video games are going to go, like if you watch this show Westworld, which is a phenomenal show, HBO, we're plugging you. Plug. That's the word I was looking for. Plug. We're plugging.
Throw back to episode 1 if you don't get that.
Yeah, okay. Throwback to the word I was looking for is plug. But plug. HBO, if you're listening, we're looking for a sponsor. But when it comes to Westworld, you have basically a video game. If people haven't seen Westworld, where robots are looking like humans, and you could do whatever you want. You could go on missions with them. You could kill them. You could do a whole bunch of funny love making with them.
Sure.
Robot, whatever.
Robot sex.
Robot sex. But
Never
no,
having butt
you,
sex.
You can definitely. Whoa.
Give a robot butt sex.
The robot.
Sodomy.
Oh, jeez. Oh no. Where are we going?
Sorry, that's a Family Guy reference.
No. So long story short, when it comes to this thing, I think that's where it's going to go. I think one, virtual reality, I think has no limits. I think you could use it in like space travel and places where you're just super confined, especially in Corona. Right now, VR, I'm talking with people, I'm playing board games on VR. I can see movements. I can see their mouth move because every time they talk, their avatar moves their mouth. Like
do you mind if I add a point onto this?
Hit it.
I talked to somebody a couple months ago when we were still allowed to see people, and I was at a party, and she worked for a VR company. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like, so you're working in like video games and stuff? And she goes, no, we're working in VR connections for people who don't have access to other people. So we're trying to create the simulation of if your grandma lives halfway across the world and she's too frail to come to you, you and her could wear VR glasses or goggles, and you could simulate her touching your hand and give you that feeling like you are actually with your loved one. Which is I was when she said that to me, I was like, I never even thought about that. Like, to me, VR was like, how can I pick up a shotgun and play Call of Duty? I wasn't thinking about how to connect with people. Like, that's mind-blowing. Yeah.
I mean, connecting, you're a soldier at war, connecting with your kid, like...
Exactly.
Like, thing that's, I think, when we talk about video games, which I think is insane, look, you look at school, the classrooms are the same. You look at health, gyms are looking the exact same. When you look at the video game, like you said, the video game industry, every single year... You're getting advancements. You're getting new things happening. That's creating things like VR. Look, if video games didn't start VR, which they did, they really. I mean, it was originally like trailers and like cool, Google Cardboard and stuff. Yeah. But when video games were like, look, let's get into this. That's when everyone decided, hey, jump in. Yeah. So VR is huge. Graphics, the NVIDIA keeps on. Releasing insane things right now. Yeah. They just did this thing with Unreal Engine. I told you about the rocks falling before, but I'm going to tell it about again. They just did a thing of what the new gen is going to look like, and it is insane. It's like trillions and trillions of little triangles. Yeah. In one scene. So it's just like the amount of detail that goes. If people don't know what a triangle is, it's where you get your red, blue, green, all of those colors in those little triangles. What? No, what's so funny? Do you know what a triangle is?
I know what it is in the context you're talking about, but just hearing the phrase, if you don't know what a triangle is, like a triangle is something with 3 points. I don't know if you went to school or not. Like, I don't know if you learned your shapes. It might be a little bit acute.
Yeah, but I think when it comes to video games, it's going to. I think video games is what is going to be the one that like really changes the world and changes how we interact with people. Yeah, I think it's on the right track. So I think people need to. Oh, what do you think of sports
in video games?
eSports.
You mean like Rocket League and Overwatch where people are competing?
Yeah. Would you consider it a sport?
It depends how you define a sport. I mean, these people do train. They do practice their craft. They are competing in a very high league, representing themselves and their teams. But I don't know. Like, when I think of a sport, I think of something physical. Like, I mean, I'm thinking, something that requires more. I mean, I get, you're moving your hands and stuff, and you're using a lot of mental capacity. I don't know. It's a hard. What do you think? Are you Googling it?
I think that what we need to do, because it's a big debate. It's a big debate. Can you still see me? Yeah, it's a big debate. I think we need to look up sport definition. Okay, sport. An activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against another or others for entertainment. Informal. Wear or display, amuse oneself, or play in lively, energetic way. A person who behaves in a good, specific way to respond to teasing, defeat, or similar situations.
That's stupid. That's like you're a good sport. Yeah.
That's like yeah. So I think the best one is the noun.
The only argument I could hear is physical exertion.
Yeah. That's where I was going.
And technically, they're using their hands, and they're using their muscles in their hands, and they're using a lot of mental exertion. But I don't know. I mean, I think classifying it as a sport for entertainment purposes, I agree with. I wouldn't, but under just the title sport, I don't think I would.
So you think it has to have an E? It has to have that E.
I think that E is very necessary because it's kind of defining what type of sport it is.
What does E stand for? Electrifying sport. Extracurricular sport.
Epcot Center?
Disney has it again.
Disney. Full circle.
eSport. Electronic. That's what it stands for. Duh. Of course.
Duh.
It's like, but I mean, I feel like the word esports came up with like an old person came up with it. I think that he was like,
oh, for sure.
They're playing sports over the electronical system. Therefore, it is.
Trump came up with it?
No, I don't think that was my old man. That could have been old Trump. I think
Trump is
stands for Donald Diddy Sport.
All right. Wait,
Yeah.
Can you spitball for a minute? I need to go blow my nose.
Really?
Yeah.
Spitball.
We can cut it
Okay.
out. I mean, we could cut it out, but
No, I'm spitballing.
Okay.
I'm spitballing here. I'm gonna beatbox. We were talking about esports. I think like the news and media really they don't show it as a sport. They're like, oh, like it's just kids playing. But let me tell you something. If a kid is playing, like for example, you have some of the top sports people making X amount, 15 million, etc. You also have, I mean, the top esport player. How much does it? Let me look.
they make a good amount of money. That's definitely.
Yeah, here we go. How much does the top esport player make? Yeah, so they're making a ton.
Yeah.
They're making a lot.
I don't think that's up for debate. Like those tournaments pay out a lot of money.
Millions.
Yeah.
Millions each tournament.
Yeah.
And I think what people need to understand is that the amount of skill that comes, like I consider myself a good video game player, but I do not consider myself in the slightest at that esport professional level.
No, agree. Same. I'm good, but I'm not that good.
I mean, I think I could be esport with Animal Crossing because it takes no skill and it's just that type of a game.
Okay, Animal Crossing's not an esport, you asshole.
It should be. It should. What? Picking turnips. Who's the best turnip seller?
You don't
Who can
pick
get
the turnips,
price?
you buy them on Sundays.
You buy them on Sundays, yeah.
Yeah.
And then what? You sell them on other people's islands for a higher price.
Yeah.
And is there a stock trading app that allows you to see when turnips will be selling at a higher price?
It's not a stock trading app. It's a public forum where people post if
So
their turnips are
basically, you're
selling.
doing stocks in Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We like to call ourselves big brain. So
Big brains.
yeah, big brain.
Big
you wouldn't
brain.
understand. You're a small brain.
I'm a big brain.
Oh, you're a small brain.
Can you do the thing when you're editing this and make my brain really big?
Big brain.
Big brain. Man. But I mean, let's just talk about that for example.
Yeah.
Top YouTuber, PewDiePie. Hey, if you want to sponsor this video, PewDiePie, love you.
PewDiePie's sponsoring now.
PewDiePie's sponsoring this video. No, he's not.
Felix Schellberg, if you know his real name.
Felix?
That's his real name, Felix Schellberg.
My name is Felix Schellberg.
No, I know
get
where
why
you're
it's
going
PewDiePie.
with this. A lot of the top personalities on YouTube go through
Are video game
games.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, PewDiePie, 100 million subscribers. You have Ninja, who I'm sure you love, man, and think that he's not...
An asshole.
and
He is the largest Fortnite streamer. I will give him that. I'm a personal big fan of Game Grumps. Dan Avidan and Aaron
10-minute
Hansen.
power hour.
Yeah,
Game Grumps.
they play video games every day. Big fan.
Yeah.
Love their
Do they?
Zeldas. Yeah, love their.
Why the heck don't we do that? Turns it this thing is now a podcast video game stream.
Yeah, well,
That's what
let's one step at a time.
All right, one step at a time.
You know, it's something that I know you and me can agree upon, but I don't know. A lot of people can agree on it, but also it's a very hard thing for people who don't enjoy video games to understand. Is when we were in high school and stuff, I could go to your house and you could be playing Assassin's Creed, and I don't have to play for 6 hours. I could just watch you play. And I'm perfectly fine with that. Like, that is entertaining to me. And people don't understand. Like, when I'm watching a video by Game Grumps and I'm watching them play, they're playing Legend of Zelda right now. If I watch them play that for 2 hours and people are like, how are you enjoying that? You're just watching the video game and they're talking. I'm like, to me, that's entertaining because that's what I did my whole life. I love watching my friends play video games.
Exactly.
And that's
so when...
Sorry.
Yeah, no. No, sorry, keep going.
No, I was just going to say that's hard for some people to understand because it seems so odd when you first say it, but to us a normal thing that's very entertaining. Like, it's fun for us to watch our friends play video games.
It's not hard at all to
Yeah.
watch your friend. The thing is, like you just said, you came over playing Assassin's Creed because it's a movie. It's like, this is why, going back to the eSport thing, why eSports I think is going to be big, keep getting bigger, which it has.
Yeah.
It's not like a dead subject, but you see these Rocket League players. I don't even play Rocket League.
No, but
and they're doing some insane stuff, insanely talented stuff.
I got a good question.
Yeah.
How do you classify a good enough video game to qualify to be used in esports? Because right now there's only several video games that are competed at such a level. Overwatch, which is a 6-on-6 team game with multitudes of characters. Rocket League, which is a 2-on-2. Rocket League is the funniest game to try to explain to people. Like, it's like, what is it? It's like, oh, you're a go-kart and you play soccer. Like, I'm sorry, what? Like,
you don't have any feet.
yeah.
You use your head.
Yeah, you crash cars into each other and you try to score a ball into another goal.
It's insane. And
But-
you use rockets.
And then what?
Rocket turnball.
I'm sure there's a Call of Duty that falls under the league, like eSports League.
Maybe like one of the new CODs. I think that people need to stop. Like, what I would love is for a channel to literally come up with a way that people can just opt in. You have these teams.
Yeah.
A channel, doesn't matter, multiplayer game. It just needs to be I think it just needs to be the best of these multiplayer. Like, some games that have unfair advantages. Like, I'm not going to watch Predator on eSports. One guy being the Predator and the other guys being the soldier.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to watch that.
Yeah.
But like, if it's like a 6-on-6, even FIFA, like,
Yeah.
what do you think about that? What do you think about sports being video games now?
There's been video games and sports
Social
have
distancing.
had a close relationship. I mean, like, think about like the old school handheld NFL games. Like, I, for one, am not a fan of sports and video games. I'm not good at them, I guess, so that might be my issue. But I'm not a fan of trying to play those games. But I know, like we have friends who love FIFA as a video game. They love playing that, but like, it's not my thing, you know?
Would you watch FIFA versus regular soccer?
Like, over it?
Yeah.
No, I would pick real soccer. I would have a hard time watching people playing video games of an actual sport. That would be a harder thing for me to watch.
I'm thinking more about it, and I'm going to take the opposition on this. I can watch someone. I play FIFA, but I could watch someone play FIFA.
Yeah.
And if they're a good enough FIFA player, I would really like to see. How sick would it be? You have the World Cup, the biggest soccer tournament ever.
Yeah.
But then on the side, you have the two top FIFA players in the world competing against each other.
Yeah,
I would watch that.
It would be entertaining because they're very good at what they do. But I don't know, like, if you were saying I could watch two guys play FIFA via video games, or I could watch Brazil and Argentina actually play a real soccer game, I would probably pick the real soccer game.
Real soccer.
But that's like I've never enjoyed the NFL or the NBA video games.
All right. Topic switch. Actually, same topic.
Ooh, switch it.
Top 10.
We
Go.
do? Top 10 video games.
Top 10 of all time. You have to go now.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have any seconds.
Do they have to be in order?
Yeah, they have to be.
Oh, come on. I can't do it in order.
Okay, fine. Just say 10.
I'm gonna
10 good
okay.
ones.
All right. You're not going to believe this one. Pokemon Snap.
No way.
Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. Bioshock.
Okay.
Bioshock.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Probably Mario Party 4. That's definitely the best Mario Party in the game series. I still have to name 5 more. Jeez. Crap. Bioshock Infinite. Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64, the original one. Shit. Oh, Portal, and Portal 2. I'd probably put both of them together.
Oh, you have one more.
Oh, crap.
Conker's Bad Fur Day.
What?
Conker's Bad Fur Day. No, just
Halo 3.
Halo 3.
Halo 3 is a classic. Game. Have I? This is going to be something for the people watching this podcast rather than listening to it. Do you know something I own that is Portal related?
Portal related.
I'm going to show you. Talk to the people.
So, when it comes to Matt's favorite games, obviously, they don't matter. What matters is my favorite games. And when it comes to my favorite games, you're looking at... Holy shit, he's got a Portal gun.
A replica of the Portal gun that only 1,000 of these exist.
Really?
Yeah. This is...
Only 1,000.
A replica of the blue Portal gun, and there's only 1,000 of these.
All right, hey, if you want to steal from Matt's house... If you want to steal from Matt's house, his address is...
Shut the fuck up. No, yeah, I have a Portal gun.
How did I not know about this?
Yeah, I don't... Because it's a collectible, so I don't, I don't play with it or anything. I don't keep it out.
Are you just going to, save it for your kids and then, sell it on Pawn Stars?
No, my kids will never touch that thing. I will have a glass case with it displayed in the center of my house and hopefully have a wife.
So I like all of your sayings. I like all of your games.
Okay.
I will agree with some. I will disagree. I think Halo 3 would be on my list.
Mm-hmm. I think it's the best Halo out of all the game series.
I know. I would say that the best Legend of Zelda is obviously Twilight Princess.
Okay.
Everyone fucking
Why
knows
do you
that.
want to start this argument?
And
the
all I'm saying
Twilight Princess is a trash Zelda.
It's definitely not a trash Zelda game.
The only reason you like it is because you can turn into a dog. That is not even
a wolf. It's a fucking wolf.
It's not a perk of the game. It is a nuisance.
Okay.
It is a nuisance.
I'm gonna do my top 10 now that you obviously don't know shit about video games.
Ooh, let's start. Let's fight.
Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. Number 1. Number 2.
It's hard.
Number 1 would be...
It doesn't have to be in order. Not in
order. Okay, I'm going to go Dark Souls because I love... I'm just going to say that series up until Bloodborne. I'm not one of those completers. I just thought they were so well made.
Okay.
I think that's a great game. I think if I'm going to go... My first game, Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh, interesting.
Loved
Classic.
Banjo-Kazooie.
Classic.
Then when we're going into maybe the Call of Duties, I'm on Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
Okay.
Or Modern Warfare 1. I like 2 better because that's when really online was implemented.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to go into Assassin's Creed. I liked Black Flag because they could have made... Yeah, I'm going to say it because it was the first time that they introduced boats.
Yeah.
And
I wasn't a fan of that.
I loved... That could have been its own game. The boats could have been its own freaking game.
Okay.
And I loved... I enjoyed Black Flag. I enjoyed... Okay, fine. You know what? I'm looking back now.
You don't have to change.
I like Ezio. Assassin's Creed 3 was just up there.
Wasn't that 2?
Might have been 2.
Yeah.
Ezio was 2?
Yeah.
Okay, so 2.
Yeah.
And then we're going to go into strategy games. So I would go Civ 5.
Okay.
I would go Civilization 5. That's a fun one. And then I would go into...
you still got 6 more games, buddy.
Jesus, I know. This was the 5 games was tough. Half-Life Alyx. If I were to say one of my newer games that I'm playing, that's the new VR Half-Life game.
You put that in the top 10 over Half-Life 2.
I would put that... I'm going to get a whole lot of the viewer count pissed off, but I would put that over Half-Life 2.
Wow.
Half-Life 2, look, Half-Life 2 is revolutionary, and I love the game completely.
Yeah.
Just from my generation and from people my age that really have always been waiting for that next Half-Life, they really showed up.
Okay.
And they really put in the work. And it's the first VR game that just feels unbelievably amazing. Anyways, I can't talk more about Half-Life. It's phenomenal. What am I at? 7? 6?
That was 5.
5. Jeez Louise. Okay.
Would you
now
put? Well, is there a Smash Bros in it?
Oh, I would put. A lot of people would put Melee. I would put Ultimate.
Ultimate's the newest one, right?
Yeah, Ultimate's the newest one. It no wave dashing.
Yeah.
You're right. Smash Bros would be up there.
What about Team Fortress 2? Was that in your top 10?
Jeez, how do you know? You know more about my favorite games than I do.
Because I watch you play a lot of video games.
Team Fortress was really. You know what? I'm putting Overwatch there. I'm putting Overwatch instead of Team Fortress. I liked Overwatch a little bit more, but Team Fortress, I mean, the spy is a killer thing. And then you also have. Okay, I'm at 7.
Yeah.
Go, Matt. What else? What else do I like?
I mean, you like BioShock. Would you put that?
You're right. BioShock 1.
Yeah.
Hands down. Over any BioShock.
BioShock 1's the best. BioShock 2 was trash. BioShock Infinite was good.
I just liked playing as Big Daddy. BioShock 2.
But you're so slow, and the big sisters are such pains in the asses.
Big sisters are such pains.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one mission with the you're in like the big auditorium, and like you have to find all the people that are like crestified or whatever. I forget what it was.
Vaguely,
creepy.
I don't remember.
Very creepy.
BioShock 2, I barely beat. I was really not into it.
Yeah, BioShock 1 I think was phenomenal. All right, I'm at 8. Borderlands. Oh, dude, Borderlands.
Oh yeah,
Whoa.
you do love Borderlands.
I love what they did with that. Favorite. I mean, the thing is, I'm not going to say all Borderlands, but Borderlands revolutionized the way of random generating guns, and
it did.
And they really worked close with NVIDIA on their fabrics. Not a lot of people know this, but that's the first time that fabrics were really introduced hardly into these video games. So it's because of Borderlands.
Do you have Fallout? Any of the Fallouts?
Oh, Fallout 3.
Oh wait, no, Skyrim.
Oh, geez. What am I even thinking?
Yeah.
Fallout 3 and Skyrim tied.
Okay.
And
That's
then
11, so you're solid.
All-time, I know, I want to say my all-time favorite, though. Out of those, the all-time favorite game is...
Nobody wants to listen to empty sound.
Animal Crossing.
Shut
Animal
the
Crossing.
fuck up.
It was 100% Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing 90 times.
You
Animal
never
Crossing
even
100
played
times.
Animal Crossing, bro.
The most impressive game in the world is
God.
Animal Crossing. I like planting seeds and waiting 3 days.
All right. Thank you guys for listening to this episode of Utter Nonsense.
Welcome to Under Nonsense. Thank you for listening to the episode.
If you guys like this, support us. However, we still haven't even figured out where we're uploading all of this. Apart from the visual podcast is going to be on YouTube. We're still figuring out everything else.
Hit that subscribe button. Knock that follow button. Hit that Twitch sub angle button. I don't know if this won't be on Twitch, but
we're
hit
not live
that.
Streaming.
You just punch it. You just hit it hard.
Punch your laptop.
Punch your laptop. Hit all the buttons, and then you'll finally hit that sub button. And we'll see you again next time on
Utter Nonsense.
Utter Nonsense.
Thank you guys for listening. Have a good one.
Take care. Peace, love, and cooking.
Don't you steal my catchphrases.